Okay, so let's sit comfortably, back supported, eyes closed.
Antonio has been locked up for 17 years for committing murder.
And I'm doing life without parole. It's rough. It's hard being away from family and just trying to be in an environment where you're being controlled.
But today, the 48-year-old is learning to embrace the silence.
Gently come to the mantra. When the mantra slips away, don't hang on to it. Just let it go.
It's making me have a calm that I didn't have for the many years that I've been here.
There's a lot of people that take the view that actually prison and penalty is about suffering, that you should suffer.
I don't think that meditation is actually doing that. I actually think it helps people come to terms with what they've done. It's not giving anybody a free pass. What it's doing is helping them to live more easily in society in a way that doesn't harm others. You know, people who are hurt others. That's the key here.
Joh is starting her day at North Dakota Penitentiary. But her journey to America's Midwest began a little closer to home. Joh worked at the ABC for 23 years. Tell me what was going on for you at that time.
I drank too much alcohol to cope. I suppose anxiety manifests itself in just feeling stressed all the time. So everything felt difficult. Everything just felt hard.
To better manage her stress, Joh decided to sign up for a meditation course.
All you do is you think this word that you're given by your teacher, it's called a mantra. It has a particular vibrational quality that takes your mind deeper, your body relaxes, and when that happens, you start to experience kind of this sense of calm within you.
Originating in a group of ancient texts from India, Vedic meditation is over 5,000 years old. Today, it continues to be taught worldwide. Benefits can include reduced stress, anxiety, and better sleep.
After maybe 3-4 years, I became a teacher because it had had such a massive impact on me. I just started to feel really good.
Leaving her career and Sydney's eastern suburbs behind, an almost 50-year-old Joh moved to New York. And so how do you end up teaching it in prisons to hardened criminals? That's another big leap.
As a journalist, I've done a lot of stories about the prison system, and because it had worked so well for me, it seemed like a great thing to take it to a place where people had suffered and were suffering.
Joh began teaching at Rikers Island, a New York jail which has a reputation for being one of the most dangerous in the world.
You know, sometimes when someone annoys you and you don't respond in an angry way, but there's often a feeling of anger inside you.
And now here at North Dakota Penitentiary.
Over time, your body, your physiology will not be carrying the stress to the same degree it is now. Eventually, you won't be carrying stress.
So this is what I thought meditating was. I thought I had to be, you know. But yeah, it's not that at all. It's more relaxed. You know, you can get your meditation on.
33-year-old Bradley has been inside for 7 years on a murder charge.
That's why I joined this training session, so I can kind of get some type of direction.
47-year-old Travis has spent the last 9 months inside for drug possession.
It can bring up a lot of internal anger that you don't want to let out because you don't want to get in trouble. Exercise was the only thing I had, and now since we started doing this, I don't have that nervous energy where I'm bouncing my leg constantly. It seems like it's really working well for me.
Almost 30 staff and residents have voluntarily felt the benefits of Joh's course this week.
One of my biggest downfalls in life is my addiction. Anytime I'm dealing with something negative in my life, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get high. I'm really hoping that now instead of going out and sticking a needle in my arm, maybe I can go out and sit at a park or go and take some time for myself and be able to release the anger rather than letting it build up.
I mean, is it as clear-cut as that? It seems an extraordinary sign of progress, I suppose.
Yes, so in the first week of meditation, you can feel a profound change within yourself, but then it becomes, all right, now I need to stick with it. And you know, now I need to continue meditating.
Colby Braun is Director of Corrections. He believes the prisoners will benefit from taking Joh's course.
I think there's a huge impact if we teach residents how to meditate and how to be well and to care for themselves because they deserve it. And that's really a big piece of this work, is finding hope. And sometimes there's no one else to care for you. And this is an opportunity to do that.
Colby describes what you're doing as giving hope. Does that word sit comfortably with you in a prison context?
I think so, because what I see is many people who are aware of what they've done. They're aware of their limitations. They actually talk a lot about wanting to be better.
Yeah, I plan to continue to meditate. Then when a stressful situation happens, instead of me going into a place of negative self-talk or becoming angry or anything like that, I can just swiftly move on.
I'm going to continue it. I mean, I'm a drug addict. Hopefully that'll help me in my addiction and help me make better choices in the future.
Joh has hopes for her classes to reach Australian prisons one day too.
If people are going to leave prison and be our neighbours, we want them to be free of the anger and the frustration and all of the things that possibly led them to be like that in the first place.
Gently come back to the mantra.